So my first task today is to figure out how to connect this bumper. I didn't design this bumper as a separate piece. It was all kind of integrated into the fenders originally, and I made some judgment calls in the middle of building this stuff that basically made this a separate piece. Now, I'm glad that it is a separate piece, but we don't have anywhere to mount anything. So I had to come up with a solution to mount the bumper to the fender so that we could hold it in place and build some metal structure behind it to keep it on the car. This actually took a little bit of time because I didn't know how I wanted to solve this problem, but I eventually decided to cut out some strips of sheet metal, fold them into a 90-degree angle, and then use some JB weld along with some drilled holes to mount them into the fiberglass. That would give me two flanges on the fender and on the bumper that I could zip tie together and pull everything tight to hold my bumper in the correct spot. You're about to witness a grown man acting like a child. Now, one of my flanges that I made fell off, the JB weld didn't hold, and I felt like it was completely justified to slam the paint can into the ground. We solved this problem in just a minute, and it's a super easy solution. It's just funny to look back at this stuff and realize that it really wasn't worth pitching a fit over in the first place. What's up?
For you all over the place. What is this?
This is the bumper and the fenders for my car.
Oh, I found the metal poles that you were talking about.
Yeah, there they are.
Ah, I didn't know what you were talking about until those were there.
Yeah, so we're gonna turn that into
A bumper?
well, yeah, some of this is going to be a bumper, and then some of it's going to be a roll cage.
Whoa.
That'll go inside the car to keep us safe.
Or a mouse trap. Make a mouse trap. Wait, get away from our house.
We should make that into a mouse trap.
Hmm?
You know, it's 1.5 inch steel.
When are we going to get this thing done and own the black car? I mean, that car. We should paint it black.
We should paint the brown car black?
Yes, that's like your truck.
They haven't seen the brown car yet.
Let's turn it over there.
No, we can't show it to them.
Why?
Because it's a secret. It's a secret car. Only me and you know about it.
Get that camera.
No, I don't want you to show them. No, we're not going to show them. We'll show them later. So we'll probably end up having to make another mold of this bumper eventually with the mounts in there, but for now we're going to make them out of metal and just graft them in. That's the cool thing about fiberglass is you can just graft stuff in. So that's what we're going to do, meaning we're going to take some of this fiberglass chopped strand mat right here and lay it down on top of the metal pieces we just glued on, and that will hold them down into the fiberglass, and they shouldn't go anywhere.
Why are you going out?
I'm going to turn the camera off.
Okay, then what are we going to do?
I gotta do some fiberglass.
Oh, I'm going back up.
Yeah.
I'll get way down here.
Well, you have to get out of the shop for fiberglass, remember? Because of the chemicals.
Yeah. What?
Because of the chemicals.
Chemicals. Chemicals make germs appear.
Right. So now we have some mounts that will allow us to mount our bumper. This is really exciting. This has been a super difficult thing to figure out for me. And I'm really glad we got something that I think is gonna work. So now, we've got to place our bumper. And I'm gonna use spray paint to mark our holes underneath here to drill, and then we should just be able to bolt this thing together. Funny.
I need some zip ties for this, so I can zip like the thing together.
Yeah?
So it stays in the place.
Okay. No.
I'll be careful.
You can have the drill.
I won't get myself.
I know, but you can't have it still.
But please,
No.
I need it.
I'm sorry.
I wish I had a big drill that's sharp.
Yeah, I know you do, but I can't give you the
Okay, I'll find something else.
I think that we are good to go for the next phase. So had to do some adjustments up here, had to do some adjustments over there. I like this bumper because I made it, but you can definitely tell it's the first one I've ever made. So so that's. Hey.
But I'm naked.
Yeah, so you can't be on camera. You can't be on camera with no clothes on. If you want to be on camera, you gotta put clothes on.
But my clothes are wet.
Oh, okay. Well then, just don't be on camera right now. So I got onto Instagram and asked a couple of you guys to check this thing out for me and help me get it centered and level, and thank you so much to everyone that did, because we came up with some good ideas to do it. One is this blue center line. Is the center line measured from my windshield down, and I measured the center line of the bumper and then line those up. And so the bumper is centered. It's pretty well straight. The issues I'm running into. Okay. Anyway, the issues that I'm facing right now are from fabrication errors on my part, so I'm not super worried about that.
Okay, there's 2 ones now.
Okay. We'll do probably a new design on the bumper at some point. But for now, what we're going to do is build a bash bar. Now, the bash bar needs to be removable, so that's one thing that we're going to have to deal with. And then the other thing we have to deal with is the fact that this car has been hit on the right side. So the kind of support up here is shifted inwards. And so I'm going to have to make up for that with the bash bar, which is going to be kind of difficult, but I think it's doable. So what we're going to do first is I'm just going to draw out a diagram, basically just measuring my angles here. I want the bash bar to be right up against this bumper, so I want it to kind of rest on that bar. And so for that, we're going to have to be pretty accurate with our bending and with our angles so that we have some pretty solid support here. I want to be able to step on this bumper and it not move. That's kind of the goal. All right, enough talking. Let's measure, let's draw, and then let's bend.
This hammer was on this water table. Did you find that hammer on that water table at our house?
I don't know.
It was there before, so I put it back where it was. And now it didn't come again.
From here to... Sometimes working by yourself is frustrating. Here we go. So 73 and a half. total length of bar is going to be 73 1/2. Center of this bend. That's going to be it. Alright, so this is my formula, and it's going to require a little bit of trial and error, but basically the each outer bend goes 8 inches in and then bends 40 degrees, so 8 inches in 40, 8 inches in 40, and then I'm going to bend in the center, dead center at 10 degrees, and then if I need more bend than that, I'm going to come out and split the difference between this bend and the center bend and build another 10 degrees in on either side of that, and that'll give us a bar that looks sort of like this, and I think that's going to work fine. Then we'll build our attachments here and there, and that will bolt into the stock mounting points on the frame rail. This one though, we're going to have to box out a little bit, I think, to make up for the crash damage. Bend, and 8-inch bend. Here comes the moment of truth. I don't think it's gonna fit, but we're gonna try it. I did build this with basically no room for error, and that was on purpose. Can you guys see me? Not my head. Let's try this. Now, there we go. So I didn't build a lot of room for error into this, and that may come back to bite me, but I left one of these blocks on. Now, you might have noticed when I was bending this stuff, you guys that are new to tube bending, this is just a trick that I started with the Datsun while me and Chase were doing a whole bunch of different bends and testing stuff. If you leave one block on, it's really easy to get everything level, make sure all your bends are square. Otherwise, you could bend it in the wrong direction, basically. So I've still got one block on, but this should give us an idea of if this is gonna fit or if we've gotta make some more bends. And if we gotta make some more bends, it'll be easy because the block's still there and we can level off of that. All right. Yeah, so my bends, my 40-degree bends on the outside happened, I should have moved them in further than the 8 inches that I did. So that's looking like that's what the issue is. The front bend looks pretty good. The 3 10-degree bends fit the contour. I'll just show you like this. So these bends fit really well. These fit, the angle is right, but they're happening at the wrong spot. Not much I can do about it. Yep. All right, we did it. It's not as close of a fit as I wanted, but it is close, and I think it's gonna work just fine. I added another 10 degrees to 2 of my front bumper bends, and that was enough to tuck everything in. And it's actually a really, really close fit. Let me get you guys in here so you can see. So this is gonna be like our main support for the bumper. It's gonna go right about there, just pushed right up against the bumper. Now you can see right here is where I kind of missed my mark. I had that bend right here, but I had missed my bend here, so all we did was cock this back a little bit. That's gonna give us a little bit of an air gap up here, but I'm not too worried about that. If it starts to feel like it's not supported for some reason, we can throw extra fiberglass in there, we can throw foam in there, whatever. But this goes back and fits in behind the bumper nicely as well. So now I can throw this in here, and we've got a bash bar, and that fits really, really good. Come on, Daddy's got to keep working, Bubby. I'll come hold you in just a minute.
I can't rub my tail. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna unbolt this stuff and then I'll come hold you. You come lay on me right here? Come on. Climb on. Oh. Okay. Is that better?
It's a racing car.
Yep.
I like that racing car.
Thank you.
It's new.
Well, it's actually very old.
And it's actually new.
Okay.
Broke. It's out of the way, Gongi.
What are you saying?
I sing it to myself.
Okay. This is the first time the headlights have been in, I think, since I started designing this kit, which is crazy to think about, but it makes the front end look so much more complete. It's going to rub, and that's okay. I've tinkered with the suspension so much, with new shocks and cut springs and new, basically everything up front, new bushings, all this new stuff. Rebuild my rear leaf springs. It's just been a lot of work to the suspension. And I think it's going to take a while before it settles and I can actually figure out what my ride height really is. So the front looks a little high to me right now, the back looks a little low, but I don't know what that's going to do as I drive. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave my suspension alone for a while, and we're going to change gears a little bit and let this stuff settle and see where we are, and then we'll dial everything in from there. All right, I think that is it. We are ready to take it for a drive. I love design, whether it's drawing, painting, sculpting, it doesn't really matter. I just enjoy bringing something new into the world. And it's one thing to design something to be hung on a wall or displayed in a museum. It is an entirely different feat to design something that is going to have to survive the rigors of the road and function mechanically. And to watch this car drive, to watch it move and function on the road, brought me an entirely new excitement about this build and about what we've made so far. go. The first major test is done, and we had 0 scrubbing. Now it is at low speed. We'll probably have some at high speed bumps and things like that. But to do this much modification and not have anything just rubbing like crazy is awesome. I think it also means that we're gonna be able to keep our stance on the rear in the widest format, which is great. It's also great for the future. And yeah, I mean, it just came out really awesome. Now, I said in an earlier video, the driver's side front wheel sticks out a little bit further than this side. It's about a 1/2 inch out of line. So basically the whole front looks like it shifted over, I think about a 1/2 inch, which is not good. I think that it's probably because of wherever it got hit. We're gonna be pulling the subframe out of the bottom of this car at some point in the near future, and I'll be able to check and see if some mounts are bent or whatever, and we can work on trying to straighten those out. Worst case scenario, we take it to a frame shop and let them pull it on their machine. But either way, I think we're good for now. Now you notice I didn't finish the bash bar. I started it in this video and I didn't finish it. That's just because the rear suspension took longer than I thought it would. But also I've got to make some decisions about how I want to mount this thing, and I need to think about it. So I'm just gonna wait. So this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys love how this thing looks driving down the road. It is just insane to look at. There's something about a car being on the road that makes it seem so much cooler than just sitting somewhere parked. So I'm very excited to have this thing on the road, and this is gonna be the last time you see it for a little bit. Now, it's not gonna take a huge hiatus like the Datsun. That's a whole nother story. But it is gonna take a little bit of a break from screen time because I need to body work it. So what I'm gonna do on the next video is body work this thing. That means fixing the bumper up and finishing my mounting and stuff like that. Right now, it's just being held on with 4 zip ties. So we'll get our bash bar in and get some mounting solutions in there that'll really help. I'm probably gonna end up welding some tabs to the actual body itself to mount the bumper to, just to give us a little bit more structure there. So we're gonna be body working the bumper, the fenders, the hood, everything. We're gonna go through the whole car and body work the entire car. And normally, I give myself about 4 days to body work a car, and it's just not enough. I know it's not enough, and I normally just rush through it. It's really stressful, I really hate it, and I get a decent result at the end. With this one, I'm gonna take my time. There's a lot of stuff that has to be worked on. We have to fit a grill into here. We have to finish out all the fiberglass parts we made, and I just need to take my time on it. So I'm gonna take a couple of weeks off posting videos on this car. I've got another build. I've actually been planning for this since November. So I've got another build ready to go that we're gonna jump into this coming weekend. So this is going up on a Tuesday, just because of how long all this stuff took me. Saturday we'll have a brand new build that's gonna be kind of a more fun. It'll be a little bit different, but I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. But that'll give you guys something to watch on build while I'm body working this thing in the background. And then we'll bring it back, and hopefully the next time you see it, we'll get it all in one color. After looking at this thing, I decided I definitely need to make some side skirts because the front bumper is pretty low. And if you look at it from a side profile, it feels like something's missing. So I was pretty sure I was gonna make side skirts. After looking at it on the road today, we're definitely gonna make some side skirts. So I gotta figure out the best way to do that. But that'll happen. I think that's gonna happen in the body working video as well. So hopefully the next time you see this thing, it will be all one color and awesome, or at least you'll get to watch the process of getting it there. Hopefully that will allow us to do a little bit higher quality body work since I'll have a little bit more time. And this weekend, you guys get to see the reveal of a brand new build. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can keep up to date with all of the stuff that's going on here. We've got 3 builds going on right now. This one and then 2 others. And yeah, it's just a really exciting time to be a part of build. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, if you ordered a Wide Body of the World t-shirt, those shipped out yesterday. I'm sorry they took so long. It was a massive, it was massively poor planning on my part. It is my fault that those shirts did not get out to you guys sooner. I'm still learning merchandise. So thank you for your patience. I'm very sorry that they haven't gone out yet, but they went out yesterday, so you will get those very soon. All right, I think that's it. I'll see you guys Saturday.
I'll get right here. Is this good? Okay, can I be right here?
Yeah, that's good.
I might stay right here. I might stay right here. Now can you do the fiberglass?
I'll get it prepped while you're here. I'll cut the glass and all that.
Oh,
Okay?
What? What's cutting glass? You're gonna cut the glass from way out there?